All right, let's see if we can get us into the back cave, as is tradition with YouTube. And blah, 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 blah. Come on, YouTube. And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Reality Skewed Gamers Jedi Academy here on the Reality Skewed Gamers channel here on YouTube. We do this live every Saturday at this time, 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and we'll go for a little bit here. And this is a straight Q&A show. Welcome to the program. What we do here is myself and whatever content creators can make it. We sit here for a couple of hours and we try to answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the mobile game brought to you by Capital Games. Glad to have you guys here on a Saturday morning. Hope you are doing well wherever you may be out there in TV land for all the boys and girls. I'm your host, Ranger J 1999. We'll see what other content creators and our guests can make it to the show. Saturday mornings are a little rough for folks, especially hardworking folks out there. Saturday morning, get up. You want to sleep in a little bit, then have a nice breakfast, croissant, coffee, whatever it is. I'm happy. But welcome to the stream. We are live. First thing is to give you greetings, say hi to me, say hi to all the guests that are on the channel, that are in the call for this show, and also get your questions in. Now, the way the show format works is if you have a question you want to pose to myself or anybody that's on here in the call, all you got to do is put the word question in front of your actual question, comment, and or statement, and we will get that read out and give you our best answer or response to it we can. And if it's just me, well, damn it, I'll do it the best I can, damn it. That's what I'll try to do. I got that third grade education for something, damn it. So the other thing is we're on YouTube, so if you want to help the channel, best thing to do is subscribe. That really does help the channel. Also hit the thumbs up on the videos, leave comments on the video. Not just this one, but we've got the latest reviews we've been doing for the Ahsoka series. Been having a lot of fun with those. You guys have really liked those. So check those out as well after this program is done. But yeah, we're just going to see it for a little while. I don't know if I'm going to go the full 2 hours. Not a lot of news this week, but I'm sure you guys have questions. Anything's on the table, so feel free to put those in there. I do have a busy day today. I will have D&D tonight with Finn and all them over on our other sister channel, the Reality Skewed Gamers Variety channel. So if you want to go check out D&D and have fun with us tonight, please do. When I get done with this, I've got to finish up my project. As you guys may or may not know, I'm working hard on the Beskar armor. I've got it pretty much chromed. I've got the jetpack. I've got the side armor I'm working on, the hip armor. Get that up and running. And so I'm going to be working on that today. I got a lot of wet sanding and priming and stuff to do. I got to get done today. The jetpack is in the stage where I've got to wet sand it. And then I've got to buff it with wax, get all the scuffs after I do that. I saw that Jedi rolls. Let me get through my spiel first. Calm your tits there, homie. Just because you like the Padres doesn't mean you just get to come in here and be all Padre-ish. And then, so I got to do that today. I've got to wax it, and I've got to get the first layer of graphite on, and then I'm going to do the next coat of the clear coat on it. And then tonight, I'll probably try to get the last bit of the graphite on and be done with the jetpack. Once the jetpack's done, the entire suit is done. And I mean done. That part will be done. The other part I'm working on is there's a lot of Velcro that I'm redoing on the bandolier, the belt that I'm working on. There's some pieces that I'm going to try to do in glue. So I'll be doing that today. So I got a lot of stuff I'm going to try to get done today on top of doing D&D tonight. So I'm going to be a tired ranger, but I've already had my coffee and I feel pretty good about myself. Had some eggs and coffee this morning. Good. Anything else? Let me think. No, we had fun last night on Twitch with Rambam001, myself, and then we went with Heinze on his channel. I had fun with that, so you guys can go back and watch that on Kick or whatever. But had a lot of fun with that. Now, if you would like to support the costume and what I'm doing, if you want to see me do some breakfast shoeies, usually I do this on Twitch, but we'll do it here today. If you want to do that, just go to the Amazon. I have a wish list there. All this stuff is for the costume and things of that nature. You'll see there's some paint and some magnets that I need for the costume. If you'd like to, like $10, $11 each, something like that, but it equals a shoey. I will do a morning shoey here because, I like to do stuff that I need to do. The reason we're putting this costume together, I'm going to do a whole video on this. Someone said you should do a video of your process of doing the Beskar armor and talk about everything. I probably will do that. But the reason we're doing this is we do children's hospital visits and with the ACS. And so I have gone through what I've gone through to one put the costume together, Oh, so much work. But the other thing is, I've made some changes so I can look good in the armor. So I've lost already, what, 80 pounds? So, but then about 10 more pounds I need to lose. So I look really nice and very perfect in the armor. So still getting there, ideal weight that I want to be at. So I've changed my diet, I've exercising, doing all that stuff. On top of that, putting together and making the authentic season 3 armor look, the whole works. I've got this. We've gotten everything in place. It's just a matter of getting the final touches. So I'll do a dry run with it, with the new set look. Hopefully, I have the new jumpsuit for Halloween. If not, I'll use the old one, so we can show it off and I'll record. I think what I'm going to do on Halloween is I'm going to just do not a lunch stream that day because I don't want to be in that fucking armor all day. I'll do a late stream with the phone, just have it out there. You guys can see me interacting with the kids. I know how well the armor went over before I chromed it, even made it look better than it is when I was on Fremont Street in Las Vegas. So I know the kids are going to love it for the ACS and stuff like that. As you guys know, we are partnered with the ACS. It's Gamers versus Cancer. We've raised lots of money with them. If you haven't done so already, we've already raised $7,000 of our goal of $22,000. Something 21,000, whatever is our goal. So if you want to help with that, we've got our Tiltify going right now. So there you go. But if you want to help me with the costume, we have 2 more items left, and then I'll have the final touches done on this armor. I'll be done with it. The chrome came out really well. I've sent pictures and to people that want to see it and stuff like that. So there you go. So get your questions coming in. Good morning to you, Jedi Rules. I see you there, buddy. I'll get your questions here in a second. The engineer, choo choo. What's going on, buddy? Engine number 9. There you go. And hello there. Mr. Bones Ratlins joining us. Says good morning, Skewers. Good morning. Hit me, Kimmy, one more time. Says good morning, Skewers. Good morning, Kimmy, baby. Jeremiah is here. Good old Jeremiah. Western name. Says, did you guys know that many Cowboys fans have at least? Yes, I do know that. Rough week. Yeah, rough week. Losing Diggs. I was a very sad panda. And then so much problems in the LBC. It's hard being ROOBB. LBC Robbie coming in says, good morning, Ranger. Much love from the LBC. Hell yeah. So, questions already coming in. So get your questions in. We go first come, first serve. First serve, first come. I don't know. And let's get to your questions. I did my GAC last night. Had the shittiest RNG in matches I've ever seen. We didn't get the full clear, mainly because Leviathan Mirror went to shit on us. Where's the Zoom call? Should be Jedi Academy. Hold on, let me redo it. Pretty sure I joined Jedi Academy, but I'll end it and do it again. Let me see here. I would like to join. Try it again. There we go. All right, let's try it again. Sometimes Zoom can shit the bed. Good morning, BD. Good morning, Carthagenicus. Good morning, Darsign 1972. Good morning, Buzzsaw. Says hello there. Hello there. What else? 23 says happy Saturday. Wow, Malachus is really a beast. 6 battles held. Yeah, they can do that. Yeah. Mike, Mr. Mike Hole says good morning. All good morning. Hello, Darsign. Yes. Questions? Yes, claiming questions. Good. Good. Oh, if you do put a either a tip in the tip jar or you give me something off the Amazon wish list, go clink clink. I will not know that you got that unless you go clink clink. So if you want to see me do a morning shoey, help out with the project, the final stuff that we need. I'll be so glad when I get this done. I got to make this weekend and next weekend. And as a note, next weekend I will not be doing Jedi Academy. Got some shit I got to take care of, personal stuff. So I just, I'm going to be busy the weekend. So yeah, and there'll be some weekends here and there that happens. So. I got family stuff, things I got to take care of. So much as I try to run the Jedi Academy every weekend, it's just not feasible. So there you go. Hello, Carthagenicus.
What's up, Ranger?
You missed my herbal RNG last night. Jesus Christ, dude. Everything that could shit the bed last night shit the bed, dude.
I think I wasn't even off work by the time you fucking got your GAC done.
It was horrible, dude. It was absolutely horrible. At the end I was like, fuck this game. I just walked away. Like I was like, Rand, this is some crap. Everything possible that could go wrong in Fleets went wrong with Fleets. I did all the fights, executive versus profundity, but just did not. They got every call and assist that it was imaginable, and then Leviathan, they went first and got every single RNG you can imagine. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me with this shit. So
It just wasn't meant to be. I hear you. Yeah.
So
It's
it is what it is. So we're gonna do Jedi Cat. He got me and the Willing Cannoneer, Carthage, and I guess Har. He'd be part of me pirate crew from Thirsty Thirty. Har.
your.
Yeah. So we'll do that for a little bit here, answer your questions, and then I'm gonna be outside wet sanding and painting and shit all day, Carth.
That sounds like a noble goal, to be honest. So
I don't think you've seen the new armor, have you?
You put it in Grave VIP.
Oh, that's right. You did see it. That's right. You have seen it. Okay. 'Cause I don't know if I'd sent it to you.
I even replied with the little.
Oh, you did the ooey thing. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
The ooh woo woo. Ooh woo woo woo.
The ooh woo ooh woo woo woo.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right. We got some questions. You ready to do some questions here, buddy?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Jedi Rule says, Ranger question, when will Drogon be in the shipments? 2 weeks.
Two more weeks.
Yeah, we should get Scout this week. And I'm waiting to see before I make a big purchase on him with shipments again to see if he's going to be King.
Oh, no, it's too early for Scout. Way too early for Scout.
Well, we only need Scout and Drogon.
Scout's already in shipments.
No, I'm talking freedom. I'm talking his freedom.
Farmable.
Yeah, his
farmable.
So, yeah.
Oh, Scout's going to be like 2 more weeks at least for farmable.
No, I think he's coming in next week, buddy.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
He literally came into shipments the same day Leia went live. Like, it hasn't even been 2 weeks with him in shipments. Like, it might maybe be next week if they want to accelerate it.
I think they are.
But
Drogon's is not coming out for a couple of weeks, bro.
Yeah, Drogon.
That's shipments. Because he's not even in shipments. So,
he's not even in shipments yet.
Yeah, so his pack's not even out of
his pack's not even out of the store
yet. You got a ways to go. Scout, yes. Drogon, and that's what's holding me up. I can't do anything without those characters. So and we're not going to invest in the shitty ass packs. I don't like Swevens, so that's out. So
no, they're just it's. Those are premium whale food where it's like, they're potato chips.
Yeah.
They're salty. You kind of get addicted to them. You should really quit eating them after the first bite.
General's question, who will be the next Conquest character and legendary character in the game? Well, we already pretty have a good idea about the Conquest character, don't we, Cart?
There's a high chance that it's Moff Gideon. I wouldn't say it's a guarantee just because of it being CG. There's a chance that they push it back.
You can still tell Sean finally. Be nice to get a light side character.
It would be cool to get a light side character for once. Yeah, Drogon. Based on where his marquee pack is, he might go shipments next week.
Good,
because he's only got 6 days left. Yeah. On his marquee pack, so he might hit shipments next week.
Yeah,
but it could be the week after, like they did with Scout Trooper.
Yeah. Legendary character, they've got full carblage on that. Their Jedi rules because we have no idea. We had no idea about Dr. After last year.
We're gonna get the puzzle again, right?
Yes,
we know that's coming.
We're gonna get a puzzle. Yeah. Yes.
We know that's coming, and it's probably going to launch sometime towards the end of this month because that's their charity stream.
Yeah, maybe
they'll probably do something with their charity stream on that whole thing. And anyway, I mean, I suspect that sometime in the next 2 to 4 weeks we'll get the puzzle. We already got data mined 2 new character bundles that we hadn't seen before, so that means we got 2 more characters on deck. So it looks like we're leading straight into the winter legacy character, whatever that is going to end up being. I'm not quite sure.
That's what he's asking, and we just don't know. So,
but
it could be anything. It really could at this point. It could be anything.
The question really becomes which way does CG want to pivot, and if they're smart, they'll pivot into Ahsoka.
Yeah, that's coming sooner rather than later, but yeah. No
it's
spoilers
down
on
the.
Ahsoka either, guys. Don't put that shit in chat.
Oh yeah, no, we won't talk about it. But I would say that it makes the most sense for them to pivot that direction and start bringing in things that are because I mean that show is going over very well.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
I think the more
Love
it
it.
gets
God.
released, the more people are actually like, okay, all right, we like this. This is good.
Sure.
So I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, it clearly looks to me like at the worst of it right now, we're headed up into the alleyway of Mando season 3 content, which they could use as a launching platform into Ahsoka content to
I
kind of have
agree.
some tie togethers.
Yeah.
But if they do Beskar armor Moff Gideon as the next conquest character, I would not be surprised if we got a legendary character that we would start next year that would unlock a new Bo-Katan, which I can't really imagine that being high priority for them. But something tells me that they'll try to mirror it, but they're gonna build up the Imperial Remnant faction. Because if Thrawn isn't leading that as a GL, I don't know what the hell we're doing. Like the Imperial Remnant faction, I think is going to explode. I think we're going to get quite a bit of content
Oh,
into the
sure.
that time frame of the New Republic before the Resistance starts, and they might build some stuff out from that. That would make a lot of sense. It would be a good area for them to invest some time into because it's a different enough. There's a new tag present. You're not going to have to worry about overlapping too much. Like that was the thing they said about Leia being so hard to build. You have like 45 rebels in the game.
Yeah.
That's a hard tag to
A
to cage
plethora
in.
of rebels. All right.
Salad
Let's
play.
see here. Engineer Choo Juice. This question: is there a speed order for the Phoenix team with Captain Rex? No.
Captain Rex is
Yes.
fastest. The
Yes.
only other one that's relatively fast though on
Terror, right?
Phoenix is Sabine.
Sabine. Well, if
Sabine
you're using
Sabine
Sabine, but if you're not using Sabine, then which I'm
yeah,
not. But
right now with the Kron, you have so much absurd speed that it's
let's say
not
without the
that
Kron,
crazy.
because
But
it's yeah.
without the Kron, it just depends on what you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to go with Phoenix versus Rebel versus Empire, Lord
Levels.
Vader particularly, you're gonna want Sabine, but it's you want you want Rex to go, and then you want Sabine to get the AoE stagger out there, and then you're going to try to proc the stagger after that, and then you can get your control kind of in place. If you're wanting to hunt some other things, then turn order is kind of irrelevant. You want everybody relatively quick, but it's not like it's not like it
Yeah.
is like super specific turn order. Rex is going to almost always go first. Once you get the AoE tenacity down and days out, it's pretty much just pray that RNG comes your way and choppers reducing cooldowns like a mofo. Otherwise, you can stall out the second you can't use a
Yeah.
special. But um, as an actual turn order, I don't think there's one that you would need to worry about.
All right. Darsign 1972 with a question says typically how long when a character goes into shipments until it hits the tables to farm? For some reason I'm drawing a blank this morning. Typically you have a month with the pack out,
Yeah,
right? And then usually 4 to 6 weeks for shipments. And
yeah.
then usually 2 to 4 weeks after shipments it comes out into free to play. So
Yeah,
typically 8 to 10
depending.
weeks. It's
Yeah,
the total from when the character's released, the first month of after the marquee event. You've got 30 days, um, of it just sitting there with the pack, and then 2 weeks after that, the pack gets close to being in. Typically, they release it into
yeah.
shipments, and then 2 weeks after that, that usually goes free to play. Got that right, Karth?
Yeah, that's typically what happens.
Yeah,
You're usually about 30 days in every cycle. So 30 days from release is when it hits shipments, 30 days from shipments to when it goes farmable. Roughly. I mean they do change that.
it can be sooner or later. It
Yeah,
just depends.
Scout was almost 5 weeks from release to
Yeah,
shipments. But they have had usually that the characters release into shipments before their marquee pack expires. That's been their typical, but I assume CG was deliberate in delaying that a week for when Leia launched. So
all right. Uh, Kimmy baby. This is a question for Ranger. My dad, Obi-Wan. Your dad's Obi-Wan Kenobicus? What? This account just unlocked Malgus and doesn't know how to mod him. He's pretty straightforward. Malgus is not a tough one.
Bulk. Lots and lots of bulk.
Yeah. Let me pull mine up because it's been a second since I looked at him. I think I went all health with lots of health. And yeah, full health sets, tons of health and protection, of course, if you can. You want to speed around 270 to 280. You don't need him super fast, but you do want him because you get all the bonuses he gets. 270 to 280 speed is by mine's 278. But if you can get him right there and tons of health, I've got nothing but health on my very defensive-y, very bulky, that kind of stuff. Is typically how you do Malgus. Is there any other ways to mod Malgus? I'm pretty sure that's a straightforward one.
No, the main thing is just as you're seeking max health. You don't want him super slow, but you do want because he does get a ton of speed on his from his unique and stuff as well and his leadership. But you're more or less just looking for maximizing the max health and then getting decent speed. You know, getting plus 80 or something like that on him is pretty solid. You don't need to go 120 set on him, but
No.
It's all about the max health because it's that big hit. You want that that big his second special to be the threat of one-shotting somebody.
Like mine's 170,000 health or something silly like that with like
Yeah.
130,000 protection. He's a beefy. He's a creamy beefy boy. Very delicious. Full of vitamins and minerals. People are saying hi to you, Karth. Jedi Rules. LBC Rob says, always a pleasure, Karth. If I didn't already tell you, thank you for the sub. Oh, okay, cool. It's Linky. It's Linky. It's fun for a girl and a boy. Says, howdy. Howdy, partner. Jeremiah coming in. Says, my question, how does one learn the powers to save the ones he loves from dying? Didn't the Jedi teach me this power? But I would like to share some good news, if that would be okay. Sure, go for it, Jeremiah. Not from the Jedi. Any Jedi stuff, I don't want to hear it, Jeremiah. But we'll listen to you. Okay, we did that. Oh, goody, Hellenix is here. He says, soon as I joined the chat to listen to my Saturday morning Jedi Academy talk is another got dang geek and puzzle. Yeah, it is. Get over it. Linky, could you see Home One get in a New Republic tag and then a New Republic fleet? No.
No, they would give us a new capital ship, and I guarantee you they would make like Hera.
Yeah.
Like I pray to God if we go New Republic, we get the Starhawk. I would lose my ever loving shit if we got the Starhawk as a capital ship for the New Republic fleet.
Yeah.
Well, it would make sense because it has actually a really powerful ultimate that would just basically be like, we disable your capital ship. Because it's what the ship did
I
by
don't trust
default.
CG with fleets right now. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fair, but I mean, I don't want like I don't want Separatist or Galactic Republic to be the next like meta fleet, right? Like I don't want to like expand on those and be like, okay, now they're the next meta. Like, no. Give me something new and exciting that we can work with. And I mean, I'd love to see the E-Wing. I'd love to see a B-Wing. I'd love to see some stuff that we could throw in under, this under this fleet that could be interesting. So I really hope they do push New Republic. I can't believe I'm saying those words, but with the Ahsoka show coming out, I like the groundwork we got laid for it.
Get
So
some E-Wings and stuff, yeah. Kimmy, you're welcome to, if you need to look at directly, just pull up me and Karth on SWGOH. Give your dad some good ideas on how to mod.
Get out of here, Tumblr. I don't want High Republic, at least not for a few more years.
Well, speaking of the man with the best friend in the business, Jedi Academy says, hello there, Ranger Karth and Skewers. Hello there. Jedi Roll says, Ranger, I just need a 7-star Drogon and relic him up to 7 stars for GL. Oh, we're all in those.
I actually finished her ultimate the other day. Hey,
close, dude.
It was only 5 days delayed.
Yeah. Karth, unfortunately, was part of the boo-boo that was CG with the release, so yeah. But don't worry, Meathead came on, apologized, and took his lumps like a man. Did some man stuff that night. Meathead did some good man stuff. Took his beating from the chat like a man. Darth Science says, questions, is there a non-GL counter to Phoenix with Rexcron? I don't have Tuskens as they are on defense. Yeah, Iden's good.
Aiden destroys them.
Yeah. They're all
Like
rebels and stuff, man. She
yeah,
just
it's rebel attack on a turn. Aiden loves that shit.
yes, she does. Let's see here. Next one. Jeremiah says, I passed my audition for a good job. I have spent the past 3 months training for and have my first child getting ready to be born next month. So everything is lining up. Wow. Very nice, Jeremiah. Where's the dark side news? What is this? Nice things happening. It makes my arthritis act up.
Your arthritis.
I have jazz hands. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. New job, new baby on the way. Look at Jeremiah. Congratulations.
No longer the bullfrog.
Yeah. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Dun-dun.
See,
Was a good friend of mine. Dun-dun. But congratulations, Jeremiah. I'm very happy for your happiness. And though it's not dark side. Although, if you overlook transgression. Dark sign question: has CG fixed the tier of the GLA event? If not, when do you think that'll be fixed? Karth.
Tier 4 has been
Oh,
fixed.
good.
And that was fixed like within 24 hours of the problem.
Yeah. Meathead came on and said that it would be.
Yeah, it's the only one that's not, and it's a relative thing too, is phase 2 or tier 2 is giving a lot of people some heartburn on if that's how it should be played or not. But I think the modding guides are coming out. It kind of reminds me of the Jedi Knight Luke event a little bit. They kind of made it a little bit more challenging on that tier. Why that one out of all the other ones, I don't know. But I mean, it's a little bit of a modding puzzle. But once you have it down, I think I think you can get up like a 90-95% success rate.
Don't worry, Karth will be right up my ass when I'm doing the event. He doesn't have a choice.
Suppose that's fair.
It's fair. It's science. Let's see here. Oh, this is B Rit. Oh, Jeremiah, I don't know that stuff, man. I can barely remember the people's names that I do know. Karth knows this. I'm exceptional at dates, times, history, like all that stuff. Like I'm like a machine, dude. Like even fake lore. Like I'll talk Lord of the Rings and shit. But someone's like, "Hey, buddy," I'm like, "Hey, you guy that we've known for years, person."
Hey, person. Yes. How are you?
Hey, buddy.
How are you, person?
Dark side say my name.
Dark side.
Dark side. Chat.
Dun.
Yes, it is a cool ship, Tumblr. But congratulations, B Red. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you. The name I've not heard since well before you were born, Carl. Well, Jeremiah, if you come in this chat, you know I'm going to be singing all kinds of shit. Buzzsaw TV says, question, is it cheaper to whale out for a Galactic Legend or just buy a whale account?
Oh, buy a whale account.
Yeah, buy a whale account, yeah.
Every goddamn day.
Mm-hmm.
Leia.
Or you could not be patient like old boy Ranger here and just wait a couple weeks to get the damn GL. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, there's that too. So like Leia particularly, if you look at Leia, what it would have cost to whale out on Leia particularly, right? 4 marquees, if you bought them all through the shipment packs, you're looking at spending, not the shipment packs, if you bought them all through the marquee pack, you're looking at about $300 a character. So that's already $1,200. And you can buy some pretty good accounts for $1,200.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my person's attacking me in GAC. They've already dropped the battle. That's not good, and it was against Jabba. Ooh. We took out a couple of the Java people, but ooh, you left Chrysanthemum up too? Ooh. Good luck, buddy. You gave me hell with your account. Hopefully the RNG bites you in the ass like it bit me. Fair is fair. God almighty. Let's see here. How much is a well account nowadays, says Tumblr?
It depends on
I think it's about 10 million pesos.
It 100% comes down to what you are. Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, well, this counter's going to hell. It comes down to 100% to what you're willing to, what you want out of the account, I guess, is the part that you have to look at, right? Is if you want the next Galactic Legend, if you that kind of stuff, then you're gonna spend. I mean, wow, there are some people want absurd things for their accounts right now, which is what it is, I suppose. But um, the shit, I'm trying to think. Most whale accounts, if you want something that's going to be over like 11 million GP, you're probably looking at spending around $1,000. If you want an account that's got really good mods, you're probably spending up to 3K.
Yeah, like mine would
Um,
be in between that. I have excellent mods. I have suffered for them, Karth. I will be paid for my suffering. Linky says could be worse. Could misplay on Leviathan. I tried something last night. It didn't work. I mean, I should have listened to myself and brought in shuttle, but yeah. But I mean, what do you want me to do at that point? You know, they'd already taken out two of my ships. I did miss the 50 stacks because I was just so fed up at that point. So yeah, didn't play the Leviathan well, but we were already getting our ass handed to us then. Andrew Oppenshaw, what a name. Says question, I'm almost done farming requirements for Executor. Should I farm Jabba next or move to Profundity? I've neglected ships for a while. I would only do Profundity if you were going to go right into JML. You know, if you got Jedi Luke, you can go JML Profundity. They kind of go hand in hand there, Carthaginigus. But
yeah.
if you're gonna go, if you want to round out your bounty hunters, because that faction is mostly done because of the Executor farm, and go right into Hut Cartel with Jabba, I think that's actually a smarter play. I mean, you've got a meta ship, you've got Executor. You can go JML Profundity after that, couldn't he? What do you think?
Um,
Both are good options.
I think overall right now, Jabba is just a better play. Like what Jabba does for the game right now is exponentially more valuable than almost every other GL in the game. Between the Smuggler's Run event, between being required for TB missions, and then when you have them at the relic levels required, it's pretty much a walk. And then a few other knickknacks here and there that makes it a little. It just makes the most sense to work towards that. Profundity, it's kind of a weird spot for that ship now with the Leviathan basically dunking on it like a mofo. It makes it very challenging for everything to play out.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of ships, Karth, can you stop having me give up my goddamn Rebel Y-Wing? Can we make up these buttholes that aren't doing the damn fleets to give up their damn Rebel Y-Wing? You know how
yeah,
much
I'll
of a
need
pain
to.
in the ass it is? I win it every time, but I got to use bigs, and it sucks.
I mean, you could just use negotiator and then that would solve your
I
problems.
mean, I could.
Negotiator is a really easy counter to
I
the
guess I could.
well, at least phase four. I don't know which one you're having to give up
Just the
your Y
principle.
wing.
It's
I
always
mean,
light side. I give up Y-Wing, and yeah, I'm always tagging like, here we go again, Rebel Y-Wing.
I mean,
Uh,
it's all out of love.
uh-huh. I don't feel loved. I feel abused. Let's see here. Jeremiah question, serious time. What's the best ships to go after at level 60? I have been chasing geos with Volter Droid. I mean, the Malevolence is not a bad fleet. It's just decent. You want to go for a meta fleet, but you have to pick a direction. You kind of want to tie your farm into ships with what you're working on GL wise. So you get kind of bang for your buck. If you're going to go Executor, that leads to C and Bounty Hunters and Jabba. If you're going to go Profundity, that kind of leads into Rebels, Jedi Luke, and JML, right? You can do opposite things. You can go for say JML and do Executor if you want to. Crazy. Wouldn't recommend it. But you kind of want to tie those in together. You want to be smart and efficient as you move up with your farming. And think about like what can you get the most bang for your buck. Remember, this is a resource management game, and you want to be smart about your farms. If you're going to go Executor, like we just talked about, you want to go for Jabba, great. Then you round out your bounty hunters. You can focus on your empire. You get your Executor. You get all that stuff up and running. You don't sit there and go, I'm going to do Negotiator and Jabba. It's gonna be a little rough. Gonna be a little rough. Gonna take a little bit longer. And you got this over here and this over there. But if you kind of combine them, I think that's the way we always recommend it. Karth, any thoughts on this, my friend?
Not too much, no.
Okay, thank you. Let's see here. Mike Hold. Down in a hole. This question: what mod score are we talking for an account to be worth 1 to 3K?
It's not mod score is irrelevant at the high level because
No.
mod score takes what it takes into account is when you're that high a GP, it's kind of an irrelevant thing. What you're looking at is the number of plus 25s. That's the dead giveaway for where an account's value is. So if you're between if you're like 50 to 75, your account's probably worth about 1,000.
Yeah.
Roughly. It depends on what else they have. This is just kind of a blanket
Very blanket.
go on it. But if you're pushing over 100, you're probably can get about 2K out of it. If you're pushing like well into 100, like 150 plus, like that's where you can easily get like 3K out of those kind of accounts. I know a guy who had like 250 or 300 plus 25 mods, and he sold his account for $12,000. So it it becomes a game of where does the value come from, and mods is like 90% of where value comes from in an account because it's something that you can only do through time. There's no way to whale to get plus 25 mods in copious amounts. You can have whaling help you do it faster, but you're still up to the RNG gods on how many of those you get and get going. But the mod score is not what I would look at. I would look at the number of plus 20s and plus 25s.
Yeah.
That's where I would focus if you were looking at buying an account.
Linky, Carth,
Which is against TOS, so I don't recommend it.
No, in game.
But
Yeah. Moving on. Linky says, Carth, make it so he doesn't have to deploy the Rebel Y-Wing ever. Thank you, Linky. You're a good friend. He says,
I mean,
but have him deploy his Relic 9 ETH Koth every time. Why don't you eat shit and die, Linky? Moving
you don't
on
have
from
a Relic 9 ETH
I know, and Carth already knows the shit I already relicked for the guild. Hoth Rebel Soldier and other shit. Get out of here, Linky.
Bo-Katan ended up being a decent trade though
it actually worked out
of the raid.
But I did Rolo too, and okay.
I mean, yeah, Rolo's all right.
And I did some other ones. Yeah.
If you wanted to do some more stuff, you could probably.
Well, we got some Relic 9s I was going to talk to you about. I've got 3 or 4 I want to put on. Besides, one's going to be Leia, of course. But then I was like, oh, what do we need for the guild? We'll go over it, Carth. We'll go over it, and then I'll put them on.
Yeah.
Andrew, you're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it, Ranger and Carth. You're most welcome. LBC Rob's question: I will unlock Malaga's next proving grounds and already have the Relic 9 mats and data. Should I continue Jabba or do Starkiller next? What are you closer to? I mean, Starkiller's faster, but depends on the if you've got the Mary Jade farm done, because she's Fleet Hard Node or some shit like that. The others are Cantina. So how close are you on that? You're going to. It comes down to what have you farmed for Hut Cartel? What have you farmed for Star Schmiller? And where's Mara Jade's the one I look at because where's your Mara Jade? She's 4-star. It's like
maybe no.
Yeah. So you gotta say, what are you closer to? What have you been working on? If you've got, say, some of the Starkiller team, then I would say Starkiller. Right? If you haven't even touched Hut Cartel. But if you're closer to Hut Cartel, go get Jabba. But you have to take that into account. What are you closer to unlocking? Starkiller's faster, in my opinion, because you've got the Cantina. The Jabba's better. But Starkiller's pretty good, too. So you're not really wrong, but really look at where you're at with your account. What have you got done for each of those factions? Who's closer stars and what gear do you have? And think about that as a thing. Starkiller's not that bad, but there's a lot of Kyrotechs involved with that because he's with the Kyrotech characters. Sorry, they just are. So, yeah. But you're gonna run into that with same thing with Hut Cartel with Leia, Lando, and Big K. So, yeah. Whatever you're close.
Yeah, it's you will spend almost as many Kairos doing Starkiller as you will Jabba, but it depends on what your account needs more, I guess.
Awesome. The engineer question: when will we get a new road ahead from CG? Soon, TM.
Probably in October.
Yeah, beginning of October we'll get something for the upcoming holiday season.
I mean, honestly, we got to get something in October because if we are anticipating a mid-November release for the raid, they're gonna have to give us some information on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, and people are absolutely chomping at the bit for anything of what is going to happen there because we need to know.
We kind
Like
of
it's
need to
just,
know, yeah.
yeah, we need to know where the investment needs to go next. And there, if the longer they drag that out, they just it doesn't go well for the community.
Okay, here. Sorry, the got flipped. Jeremiah, I've been working on Empire Muslim Troopers, eventually Pennsylvania the Bounty Hunters. There you go. Let's see here. Tumblo question: is Jedi Knight Cal going to be added to Journey Guide permanently next time the event comes back? Nope.
No,
He's
it's
not
a
even.
year.
This is
It's a
second
year.
iteration. What are you
Yeah.
smoking, Tumblo? You know it takes a year for that. So what are you doing? Yes, just for you, Tumblo, because you have lovely hair. They're going to make an exception just for you. I don't know. We're wondering when. I said send to September, October is when he's coming back. He doesn't come back till December.
From so what I've seen from SWGOH events is that there was an implication from Meathead, but not I think it's an outright that the likely the return was going to be sometime in the end of October.
So there you go.
So that's the implication right now. It's not a guarantee, but we are assuming sometime in October will be the return, will be his return. So that's what we're looking for.
Jeremiah, question: what day could I ask for a roster review? All right, so for roster reviews, there's two things. Tuesdays, I do roster reviews for everybody. There's a pecking order. It's Patreon, people that tip, but I do it for anybody. However, if you want a roster review whenever you want and to have your own VIP channel where you can just tag me in Carth or anybody, become a patron. $5 is all you need to do. $5 Patreon. Let me know. Make sure you get your tags. You get your own VIP channel. You can tag us there anytime, and we will help you with your. You don't have to wait for Tuesdays. We call it Taco Tuesdays. We celebrate the greatness of tacos by doing mini roster reviews. I do a bunch of mini. I've done thousands upon thousands of mini roster reviews. But yeah, if you want a roster review and you have questions, that's the easiest way to do it. Is just become a patron. $5. That's all you gotta do. It's in the description of the video. Just go to Patreon, become a new member. $5 at least. You get more benefits per Patreon level, but minimum, I do that for anybody that's a Patreon. So hopefully that answers your. Tumblr Java does. Oh, you're just saying what that does. Okay. Neo Venom says Ranger. Personally, I still think SLK is a good GL to go for because of the simple fact that Toon used to get him our all crew members. I mean, yeah, Kylo's still an excellent. I mean, don't tell that to Scribbles. I mean, I still think SLKR is a fantastic GL to go for, but I mean, he's not the number one thing to go for now. We have to change organically as the game changes organically. I mean, if somebody told me, Karth, they're going for SLKR first, I'm like, great.
Yeah,
Great choice. But if not,
it's not a bad one to go for. It's just the new GLs have such low hanging fruit that by the time they go farmable, most players can kind of get to them. There's nothing crazy locking them out. I think Jabba's the craziest one is Jedi Knight Luke, which that's a whole can of things you got to unlock to get Jedi Knight Luke. But the overall on like Leia, I mean, besides the marquees, there's really nothing stopping most players from just being able to go straight for her.
yeah.
So I think that's kind of it's you got to take it with a grain of salt of what you want to do or where you want to go. But I mean, the earlier GLs, while they are lower in relics and they're lower in Kairos and they're lower in a couple other things, and you get fleets out of each of those GLs. The downside with them is that their meta viability is dependent upon either conquest characters or additional factions to support it. So it just becomes, yeah, you got Slacker, but are you going to push for, Wat Tambor and the armor and,
Night
Daka and
Sisters and
Zombie and stuff
Daka
like
and
that?
stuff like that. Yeah.
It's like, and then with Ray, it's like you for Ray to be meta competitive, she needs Ben. And like if you're not sniffing Ben from Conquest or don't already have them, you're going to have a hard time. And so it's some of these GLs that don't require. It's like that's the thing with Cat too, right? Cat
Yeah.
and JMK. It's like if you don't have Cat, don't go for JMK. You're just wasting your time unless you think you'll get them both in the same time frame. But that's just kind of the general gist of where things land. Oh, boo! Stupid Greedo. Sorry.
Oh, my poor opponent is really banging his head against my defense here. Just looking at it right now, I'm like, oh God. Yeah, man, I
Yeah,
feel his pain, man. I went through his shit last night. I was like, oh my sweet Jesus. I feel you, buddy.
dude, I had some of the worst RNG
Oh,
in
I
my
did last night.
life
Yeah, last night, man. Go back and watch the
against
film, dude. It was fucking awful.
against Jabba yesterday.
Oh, I
I was
ran out
trying,
of time. I was like,
dude,
motherfucker.
he Jabba literally put I made a mistake. I should not have put Mace as my only tank. I should have brought another tank in. But he literally first thing off went off the rip, targeted Mace, put on buff immunity. So my taunt is gone because that's how Mace's shit works, right?
I just can't wait for this goddamn Datacron set to
Um,
fall off, man. This defense is
and
out of
then
control.
and then literally the entire rest of the fight, they never targeted anybody besides Cat.
I
And
know.
I'm like, well, this fight's over.
Yeah. Hell. The engineer question, Bit Dynasty. Already brought this up, but what's going on with the turn meter gain on Leviathan ships when you use Chimera counter? Is it a bug? It's something they did mention, Karth. I do want to say this. There was a post about Profundity and the Chimera. We've seen the changes for Profundity. Now, I don't know if they've... Chimera's still kicking its ass. Not a guarantee, but it's pretty goddamn good.
I mean, it's a super expensive
It
counter.
super
I
is, yeah.
I have I have no quarrel with Chimera beating it for like 67 banners on the average. Um, with where we're at right now, it just doesn't matter. The it's so expensive. I mean, you're requiring the scythe and you're requiring the
Yeah.
interceptor, which are two conquest units. It literally breaks apart your ability to use the split to beat Profundity and Executor that you used to be able to do with the Empire fleet. So you're really kind of stuck on what your options are. So I think it's super expensive, but there are some weird TM gains that are happening there, but they're when Sith Assassin is in play, it's a weird thing because it have how her unique triggers. You know, it's whenever someone falls below 100% health, it's like, yeah, so they fall below, like, so like, in like the game where you calculate like where CLS gets stuck trying to kill Kylo, right? Because the damage you're dealing to Kylo is negated by the amount of health he gains from that. So you always see the bar progressively move forward and heal Kylo the entire time. But what you're missing is the fact that it's dealing damage then immediately healing back. And so the game is just showing the visual of the game is just showing the health restored, but you are taking the damage first and then healing back. And so that's how that's being calculated when you look at that kind of stuff. So it's like if you have any kind of health steal or something that would give you any kind of recovery in fleet and you get knocked down below but then immediately come back up, then that's
I
what's
get knocked
happening.
down.
But
Back it up again.
it's a very I would have to go through and look at every single instance of what's happening to see it, but it just depends on reinforcements. On there's so many nuanced stuff in that battle that's really hard to say exactly what's happening.
All right. Jedi Rules question. Will we get a new Thrawn in the game? When will we get a new Thrawn? Not till next year at the early, if we do. So
Yeah,
no
that would be my
spoilers.
guess
Yeah.
as well.
Cobra Cast question. Do you think we will get some sort of TW update or refresh around Christmas like we got TB last year? It's been a while since it. No.
If we do get a TW update, it'll probably be spring quarter.
Yeah.
Because we know for a God-given fact that the next big thing is the new raid.
Yeah.
And with that being the case, then we know that that's taking us through the end of the year. So if they're going to do any TW changes, odds are going to be that they hold off until the raid is out, stabilized, and functioning according to their standards. And then from there, we will see a shift in what they want to do. But until that point, I don't see that change coming.
All right. Oh, look, it's Desi Noodle Snarf Snarf. Hello, Desi Snarf Snarf Noodle Snarf. And Linky's scared. All right. Never mind. He changed his mind. Let's see here. Darkseid says I lost my GAC due to a server timeout. That shit happens. Trust me, we've all been there. Matt MC says there's so many better characters to bring in from the show. We were not going to talk about them.
I mean, like I said, I really hope they pivot to New Republic because this show is opening so much groundwork for what they can
Oh
do
my
moving
god,
forward.
yes.
And it gives us new tags where there's no one there. So we can design and produce things that don't have to be hamstrung by the fact of like, oh my god, there's 800 rebels in the game. What do we do?
What are we gonna
Oh,
do? Ah, yes, yes, yes. All right. Let's see here. Ellie, I lost my JC due to scoring only 10 points. Okay, I don't read. I don't want to read the rest of this.
I
Play the
mean,
game more. Give it some effort, Hallie. I'm sick of this.
or just enjoy the 50-50 win rate.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, or don't care.
yeah, or don't care.
Yeah.
Like that's all I gotta say with people who like, oh, GAC is so like, how much effort do you put into it? Because if it's minimal, then it's this is a byproduct of that.
Oh god. Dark side question. Will Balin be a conquest unit or marquee when he's inevitably released?
Oh God, I hope it's a conquest unit.
Gotta be a conquest. He's too powerful. For a marquee,
Yeah.
that would be insulting.
Yeah, I honestly, well, this is the weird part, right? Though, because
I can see Shin as a
I
marquee, but
I
not
can't.
Balin.
This is the weird part, though. I can see Balin being in the SWGOH being an integral part of if they did a GL Thrawn, but there is a unnamed character that recently showed up that I think would probably become, that second in command kind of feel, right?
Mm.
So it's like I would want Balin to be a conquest character. I would want him to be powerful and dominate. I love the that character. But if they did him, what I would hope they do is they give him kind of the same thing they did with Rex. So in 5v5 he works under Thrawn, and 3v3 he has his own, like Maul has a leadership, can lead what's her name? I can't remember her right now.
Who?
His apprentice.
Thrawn's? Morgan Elsbeth?
No, 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 no.
Shin.
Balin's apprentice, Shin, yeah.
Shin.
Where he can lead her, then I would be very okay with that. But if he's not a conquest character, I think CG is really messing up because that is a powerful character. Just be like,
Link
meh.
is Shin hottie? Yes, she's a hottie, all right. She's very, very nice. I love her. But I love Balin more. So, what can I say? This is such a shame, Ray Stevenson. Big bucket of win, brother. What a performance he's given. That's not spoiling anything, but my God.
Mm-hmm.
Man is a goddamn legend.
Yep.
Helly
Those are the
says,
facts.
yep. Helly says, I believe in using the Helly method when I play SWGOH. Real life first. Game is very just a second. If you don't have the time, do something that makes you laugh at least. Life is too short. Yeah, Helly, but then you say you lost your GSC by only scoring 10 points. And then you say weird. And then I just look at you like, what's wrong with you?
I don't think we have time to go into that
He
conversation.
says, I seem to lose when I go in. Well, that happens.
Maybe you should wear protection. Just,
You know,
a thought.
if you don't cover, she'll be a mother. Remember these things, Helly. I can't be here. I'm not going to be here forever to tell you these things. Hellenics these days, Karth, you try to raise them right, teach them right from wrong, give them a good sense of morality. Get in the bed with this nonsense. The Helly method.
Something like that.
I
That's
mean, your
for sure.
priorities are correct. Real life is first. But don't come in here saying, well, I'm getting my ass kicked in the game. You know, you've made a choice. I respect your choice. It's a good choice, an excellent choice. So, yeah. I know it is Mr. Bone who's rattling. I'm being ironical. This is the skit me and Helly have. Pick it up on that. Subtle.
We do this every Saturday. It
Yeah.
is now just is what it
I've been
is.
doing this bit with fucking Hellenix for 6 years, man.
Down you go.
It's our thing, you know what I'm saying? He bitches and I tell him to quit bitching. Oh, Mr. Bone doesn't get anything. Well, actually, no. With the name like Mr. Bone, he probably gets a lot.
Well, that would be the hope,
Yeah.
but
Uh, my name's Bone, Mr. Bone. Care to have a drink with me?
oh god.
Yeah. I mean, if your name was Mr. Soft, I think that would work against you, Karth. I'm not an expert on these things,
I
but
mean,
I'm
you
just
would
throwing it
have
out there.
you would have a bit more of a hurdle to
Little bit,
overcome
little bit, yeah, a little
with
harder,
that.
yeah, a little harder to overcome, yeah. So yes, top of the hour, get your questions in. If you have any questions for me and Carthage Inigas, make sure you put the word question in front of your actual question, comment, and or statement. I'm surprised no one's hit me up for the shoeies today. It's been really nice. I have not done a lot of shoeies of late there, Carth. I've really enjoyed not having to do shoeies. But if you'd like to support, I've got 2 more things I need for the costume, and I'll be done with it, Carth. I'm almost want to cry. I'm almost done with this thing.
Cry for glory.
Oh, there's so much hours of sitting there saying I don't have any fingerprints right now. But I'm going to be doing it as soon as we get done with this. But I've got some magnets and some paint. If you want to see me do some shoeies, get it off the Amazon wish list. Go clink clink. You can do that. If you want to support the costume stuff for the ACS, go clink clink. $10 in the tip jar. You can see me do a morning shoey. Outside of that, I got nothing else. Get your questions in. Make sure you put the word question for an actual question, comment, or statement. 40 something of you watching, only 10 likes. I think we can increase that a little bit. I think we can get
What?
to 20.
No, come
I think we
on.
can get to 20. Come on, everybody hit the thumbs up. Stop what you're doing. Right there.
I did it. I
Hit the
did
thumbs
it.
up. Thank you,
I
Carl.
did it.
The fact that you forgot to do it.
Well,
But
in
yeah.
fairness, I had your stream open since like 7:30 my
Oh,
time.
well, when I post, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like,
Hey, thank you,
oh,
Philippe Manicucci. Philippe
and I forgot.
Manicucci. Philippe Manicucci. He is a man who is. Okay, that's not going to work. Scott, I got to the end of that little bit. I was like, I mean, I want to say that. Joseph Oliver, what's going on? This is a question. I may have missed it if you already talked about it, but how have you been using facing Malicos and how badass are you fighting him? Outside of Treya, he's a night. SOKR can take him out, but then you're using a GL. Treya without good modded Savage. You need a good modded Savage.
Riva and Treya are
Yeah.
proving to be the best
Yeah.
non-GL counters.
Anything
But
else? Good
part
God.
of what Treya is you relying on is the Boltcron.
Yeah.
I think when that falls away,
Oh, I'm going full
win rate
Inquisitors.
is gonna be really hard.
Yeah.
So basically, if your opponent has Malicos and you don't want to GL it, then you're gonna pull Riva to deal with that, which means Riva can't go deal with JMK, which means you're gonna have a little bit different life to live when it comes down to the those parts of the game. So
All right. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've found so far as those two. Other counters, no.
I mean, like,
Even SRKR gets smoked, dude. Holy shit, man. I mean,
yeah, well, it's just so much damage. Like
yeah,
it's
it's
just
crazy, dude.
the incoming damage on
Not
that, the
very
constant
efficient.
protection ups, the
Yeah.
constant recovery. It's a very hard team to lock down. But I mean, it's like with Malicos there, Gas can't touch it with especially once he has the Omicrons. Gas can't touch it.
Can't touch
So
this. Do 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 do
this is a
do
team
do.
that is
Oh,
100% designed to
oh,
be
oh,
the
oh,
same tier
oh.
as Malgus and Riva. You know, they're designed to be basically just below a GL. You can sacrifice a lot of teams to make it a GL hunter, but the team on defense is never going to need Maul or Cat because you just come in with JMK and crush it, and then you just used a lot of resources to make a
Yeah,
team that
GMK
JMK's.
eats the shit out of
Yeah,
Malicos.
so it's just there's just nothing to really fuss with on that one. So it's like if you want to go on offense and you want to try some crazy things, like then take like Maul and Cat under that Seer team and have a great time. Um, because you'll just destroy everything. There's so much damage going on. There's so much everything happening. But yeah, outside of that,
All
you
right.
know,
Dark side question. What is the best Lord Schmader lineup to stop Fennec? Maul Thrawn pretty much fucks it up. It's not fun.
well, if you're
And two
setting,
tanks. Yeah.
yeah, if you're
And the
setting
Inquisitors. I've seen this Lord Vader, Maul, and Reva with the other two Inquisitors. Don't bother going in with Bounty Hunter. Just don't do it.
depends on what you want to deter. Inquisitors is really expensive right now, especially if you are at the upper end of Kyber, because then if it's Inquisitors, then Phoenix will eat you alive because the constant purge actually really helps Phoenix loop indefinitely.
Yeah.
So that's not helpful if you want to stop that. But the short answer is that you need Thrawn in there and you need Maul if you want to lower the likelihood that Fennec wins. Otherwise, you are if you take Maul out of Lord Vader shouldn't be on defense. That's my advice on that one.
Yeah, like my opponent last night, and I got fucked on RNG in that, dude. I had that fucker nailed, and then just the way the RNG worked, I had Lord Vader left with Fennec and
Mhm.
the homies. I didn't have Taunt up. He went and one shot Fennec. I was like, get the fuck out of here. As soon as that
Ouch.
happened, I was like, really? I took out
Ouch.
everything else, got Lord Vader left in the red, and you one shot my ass? Fuck you, game. I was pissed on that one. I was like, because he didn't have
Yeah, I would
Thrawn in
be
there.
too.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was so angry, dude. I was like, oh my god, dude.
It's kind of funny how much people dunked on like Rey and Lord Vader being shitty GLs. They're the two best defensive GLs in
They're a
the
pain in the
game.
ass, man.
Like Jabba has more bullshit counters than the other two do, and it's just like I get where people come from that like that like Lord Vader at release wasn't super exciting, but man, Lord Vader, but since Datacrons has shown up, I mean he's a constant defensive GL. He just sits there and laughs maniacally as you just do nothing against him.
It's horrible. Let's see here. White Flight says, Morning Ranger and Karth, any chance Gom dancing for charity this year? He did already. We last charity event, we had Gom do the like 2 or 3 hours. It's on the Twitch channel, I think. We did that. It's linked. Get with Finn, White Fly. He can send you this. Or someone's got stuff on that. But yeah,
It's clipped in your Discord too.
yeah, it's clipped in the Discord. Everything, dude. Yeah, we had Gom already do his dance of pain this year. Let's see here. Engineer, this question in another live: what Star Wars characters would you like to be? Well, I think I've kind of answered that. There's Revan. I've got the costume, and of course, we know that I am the Mandalorian. This is the way. I have the damn tattoo that we did for charity, and the costume. And then this will be completed in another 2 months. I have to wait 2 months for that to heal properly. Earth when they're finished.
Ranger.
Sir.
Ranger. Heli says clink clink.
Oh shit! All right, let me go through. I have to give blood and stuff to figure this out. So yes, but those are the two characters, obviously, that I would be: Revan and the Mandalorian. Karth, who would you be? We need to get you a costume and get you up and running, brother. You need to come join me
Oh, I
in the
gotta lose
XSplit.
100 pounds before you put my ass in a costume.
Well,
Unless
you can
want
come
me to
work
be-
out with me, bitch, and
Unless
change your diet.
unless you-
I'll get you squared away. I've
unless
already
you want
lost
me-
80 pounds, you son of a
Unless
bitch.
you want me to cosplay as Porkins.
When you're ready, brother, let
Uh,
me know. You can come and work out with me every morning. We'll get up together. We'll go to the
come and
gym.
work. Oh well, yeah. This would be the time difference only that sucks. Like I could do it tele, but the time difference is awful.
Well, no, I changed some scheduling around. If I say, look, guys, I got to push back the lunchroom a little bit. I got to go work out with cars. I don't think people would mind
Well,
an hour or two.
no, I mean, well, that no, it would for me because I have to be at work at 7 a.m.
Well,
I
we
would
can
need to
do
be
it.
doing
We
it
can
at
do it
like
when you get off work. We go hit the gym off work. I would change my workout time
uh,
to do that.
yeah,
Why
we'll look
not?
into that. We'll look into that.
We're gonna change your diet. We're gonna get you in shape, but then we have to pick what character you would be.
Oh,
Hold
it
on,
would be
I'm
Old Republic Jedi or somebody from that era.
Sean. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking for 100%
I already
sure.
saw Ram and them in drag. I don't want to see you in drag.
I
Oh,
really
thank you, Helly.
don't want to.
Never mind, Helly, you son of a bitch. He donated Swevens. He
I
donated
mean,
Sweven dollars.
it's a thing you can do.
Oh, Helly, you
Oh,
bastard.
there it is.
He donated a Sweven.
You haven't had a Sweven in a minute, haven't you?
No. Well, that's half of what we need for a shoey. So, oh no, they're $10 right now. Well, not enough for shoey, but how dare you, sir? How dare you? God damn it.
All right, Greta, calm down.
Hey, listen, you know better.
Do I? Do I really?
Well, all of it goes toward the costume, and it goes to the alcohol fund. So shoeys, or Fosters, and bourbon. I wish I could say I use this for hookers and blow, Garth, but I don't. It's for streaming purposes and stuff for charity and stuff.
Right.
Someday, someday.
I wish my life was more exciting, but here we are.
Yeah. Thank you, Hallie. Follow up from Darkseid says question: what teams can Lord Vader beat on offense without Maul? Anything that's not a GL.
Anything that doesn't have constant cleansing.
Yeah, that's
If you let the dots ramp, Lord Vader can solo so many teams because they just don't have the damage to kill him.
yeah. He can do some good work. I mean, but yeah, other than GLs, like we've done this before. I took Lord Vader against Inquisitors, like solo.
Yeah. Any team that can't constantly cleanse, it's pretty much a walk for the team. They'll just sit there and smoke it.
Oh, Michael P says Ewok Karth. Kind of too tall to be an Ewok. He's 6'12".
Yeah, I would need to be like a double stacked or triple stacked Ewok.
Yeah.
Trying to buy tickets at the movie theater.
Yes. So what else? There's this question. So Sith, Jedi, Ranger, Revan, the Mandalorian. Yes, that's yeah. Well, let's stick with me. My Revan days are over.
He's just gonna be. Oh, okay. I'm trying not to say too much about what's going on in the new show, but you would just be one of the characters from the new show.
That's right.
Just in a different era, and then male instead of female.
Yeah. See here. Engineer says if I ever put on a costume, it would be Fat Maul. Okay. I've got an older Kenobi and fatter.
Oh,
Kenobi!
I did get Crumb his shirts after like 3 weeks of waiting for an address.
LBC says, would it be mad if you did, Ranger? Would it be mad at me for what? What did I do? Oh, hookers and blow. No, I got it. I got costume stuff, man. Like I can't be spending money on myself, man. I got to be spending for these kids and shit. So I buy supplies for this is what I do, man. I do shoeies for, the costume, so yeah. How about dressing Karth up as a Wookiee? No, we got to get him a cool outfit. We got to figure out he doesn't want to be a Wookiee.
I mean, not necessarily, yeah.
Oh, we could do what's the Beskar do with the Gatling gun?
Oh, Paz Vizsla?
Yeah, you want to be Paz Vizsla?
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
That would be a whole outfit. Oh, that would be a whole ordeal.
No, we call people fat engineer. I don't play that shit. If you're overweight, you're overweight. I was overweight. I call myself, I was 260, dude. I was a roly-poly little fatty. Trust me. So if I can change my diet and work out and lose 80 pounds, you can do it too.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's just like, for me, it's just like the diet's on track again, but it's just
Well, it's 70% diet and
It's the
it's
workout.
30%
Yeah.
is workout. Yeah. So
That's what I have to get back into doing is getting back into working out consistently.
yeah, do it
Because
Monday,
that's,
Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays.
ugh.
LBC Rob says, just putting out there, aren't we a bit all a bit too old to be dressing up in anything? No, you're never too old. You're never too old to be a kid,
Listen,
dude.
I don't need that kind of negativity in my life right now, so you
Right.
can just
Hold on.
shut your mouth. Oh, that'll work. Oh, we are.
All right, just to show it off, I hadn't a chance to show it off since we had a few questions and we're doing stuff right now. Here's the new armor. See how shiny it is? You guys can see how chromed it is. Nice and shiny. You can see the screen in the reflection. This is 2 weeks worth of work right here. So you can see the shoulder pad. I know LBC Robbie's love you. So this is all the hard work and what all the supplies go for is this. And you can touch it. It doesn't get fingerprints on it. See? And if you get a little rub and stuff, you just take a little graphite, rub it in there, and it's brand new. So you can see me in here. See, look, I'm see my reflection. Like here's the leg piece. You see the leg piece as well. Ooh, nice and chromy. So just wanted to show that off real quick for you guys. That's where all this goes toward.
You'd pay attention to what's going on in them.
What's going on, Karth?
Oh, the wrapping up phase 5 of TB.
I did fleets and deployed. I was like, okay. Been busy. I am going to do a video and talk about everything I've gone through, Karth, with this armor. We will do a full in-depth video because there's a lot of stuff for people that are looking to do either just a Mando costume, not even the Beskar one, just how fucking crazy the work is on this thing. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if you're really just loaded, you can pay someone like $5,000 to do it. Or more. Probably more. Because you were just like mostly like what, $3,000 and just getting the base
Just the
level
base
layer
level
stuff.
stuff. I've raised with
And then you had to
everything
have
5,000, yeah, to do it.
did you ever get the company to replace the stuff that
No, I
broke
had to order
or
from it. Wasn't going to. I went with another company that actually does better work, a better chest piece and stuff like that, because
yeah.
in the
Yeah, so I
gauntlets are
mean
two separate
yeah.
pieces. So that's what I need the magnets for. So
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. But yeah, that was all I was looking at. I was like, it's just to get the material without even getting it painted and finished is expensive.
yeah, I had to raise
Then
a
to have
lot of money to
somebody,
do this, and then
yeah, have
it's
somebody
the
come by
small
and
work.
do
It's
the
all the small work. So you get all the items. So I can go back through and I'm going to show it in the video. Initial test run, what I look like in Vegas because we did the paint job for Vegas. I didn't have time to do the chrome nor the supplies. When I finally got back from Vegas, like, okay, we need to chrome this because the paint, and I knew I had to replace because the original chest piece and gauntlets I had both cracked. They just weren't very well made. So some of the tribulations and stuff I went through is like, what kind of, there's a lot of stuff with dealing with vendors and Etsy and then trying to figure out what you want to do. And then once you get the armor, if you're not going to pay someone, and there's a one I recommend now for armor. He will chrome it for you, but it's going to be very expensive. I mean, expensive. But that's just the armor. You have to get the flight suit. You have to get fitted for the flight suit. They have normals like this, their standard sizes, but if you want it to look good, you have to get it, you have to get custom fitted. So that takes additional money. There's cost in shipping. Most Etsy vetsers don't charge shipping, but and you need to be careful, like when you're putting a costume like this together, it's the small little things. Like we got the pistol and the everything, right? The little cylinders, the cartridges, those were all things that you have to get individually. So it's a lot. And then there's a lot of work that goes in putting it all together. I mean, I'm re-velcroing everything right now because You have to watch a lot of videos. I mean, I had to watch a video on how to chrome, and I did all the work myself. We got all the supplies and did all the work myself. Everything else I've had to learn, watch videos, kind of learn myself how to put this stuff together. It's a lot. So I will put a video talking to you guys about putting a costume like this. Normally, if you're just doing it for cosplay and stuff, you don't have to go through the effort that I went through, but I'm doing for more than just cosplay by leaps and bounds. This is for charity work and stuff that I'm doing. So I'm going as authentic as I can make it. And it's pretty much authentic. I could be in the 501st is the way this looks, but we're doing ACS stuff. Matt MC question, you excited about the boys getting Diggs? Are they Super Bowl contenders again? Getting Diggs? They lost Diggs. What are you talking about? Cowboys just lost their best cornerback. Yeah, he's out. He's out for the season, dude. That really deflated my Super Bowl chances. Now we got a couple of really top cornerbacks coming back from injury. I think Jeremy Lewis and some other ones. I can't remember their name, but yeah. But yeah, I'm not very happy right now. Did they get Stefan from the Bills? Not that I know of. Is there something going on here that I don't know?
No more, too better. Come on, Ranger.
They didn't get Stefan Diggs. Where are you reading that? We're not getting the spear. I'm pretty sure the Cowboys did not pick up. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. They didn't make a trade for him. Trust me, I'm all in touch with that. The last was the loss of. Yeah, I don't know where you heard that from, but that's nothing. Yeah.
It's nothing substantiated there, buddy.
Yeah. That MC was just no. They did not get. The Bills would not give up Stephon Diggs. Trust me, that's their top receiver. Oh my god. There was talk of it. No, I don't see that trade happening at all. Yeah. All right. The engineer says, Range, if you would walk a mile in my shoes, not only would you have lost your shoes, but your way as well. I feel fine. You're fine. Darkside question, what are your ideas for a conquest ship that could make Mace a viable fleet? We talked about this before.
The Marauder.
Yeah. Well, we talked about too, just the whole fundamental shift. Like we give like all the Jedi to Mace and redo them, right? The Jedi ships for Galactic
the
Republic.
Jedi ships go to
And
Negotiator,
then the clone
and
ships
then
go to
clones go to Mace's fleet, the Endurance, and then give us the Marauder and have it basically be like a Scythe clone to a degree, where instead of summoning TIE fighters, it summons V-wings, something like that. Or I mean Z95 headhunters or whatever we want to summon. And then you have Clone Sarge, you have Marauder, you have Rex, and then from there you can kind of and the N5s. So that would give you a 4-man team at the minimum, which wasn't fantastic, but not a terrible play. And then you would have some other options. But yeah, I'm for whatever they want to do there. But I would say they need to split it clones and Jedi, and then rework Mace's kit to be a little bit more Jedi clone trooper boosting, and then the alt needs to have some sort of teeth to it. It needs to put a debuff on the enemy as well as the just inordinate amount of protection up on the fleet.
I feel you, Matt, and we both have suffered catastrophic injuries to really good players, so it's been happening a lot in the NFL. Oof, God Almighty. All right, get your questions in. We'll go a little bit while longer here. If we don't get any more questions, then we'll end a little bit early. And then not that I'm going to get to take a break.
I mean,
got some work to do.
You just take a break from doing something different. That's all.
Yeah, I'm going to be wet saying. And painting. Scrubbing.
So no fingertips by the end of the week.
Check. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That sounds.
That's looking. But it'll be the Once I get this done, Karth, I'm done. I have a few little odds and ends to do. Once we get the rest of the supplies, I'm done, dude. I can be free. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. Question: what are your guilds doing in TB Phase 6? Was just deploying, or are you able to complete waves? Someone asked me another question. If how we're doing on the one mission. I don't. We're not even close with Jedi. Until
We're
we get
not.
Jedi Cal, we're not even sniffing that one. So
Well, yeah, Zepho's the next push for our guild, which we actually I think we'll have like 40 guild members. I think are on track to unlock. Jedi Knight Cal on the next pass.
yeah.
So I that's my assumption is of what's happening there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, set that up. But Zepho's where we want it. Phase 6 is it doesn't matter. I mean, like
Jedi, yeah.
honest, like I've crunched the numbers. You have to jump substantially in star count for the rewards to pay off for the investment required. The number of
Yeah.
R9s for the guild at that level is pretty ridiculous, and it's just a big ask for a lot of players. It's putting R9s on characters that don't really have. It's not really a meta shift. The GLs are fine, but like we need like a dozen like R9 Jedi Knight Lukes. We need like 10 R9 gases. We need a bunch of these legendary and conquest characters at R9, and it just becomes too heavy of an ask, having to have all these slackers at R9, not slackers, star killers at R9. It's a big investment
Yeah.
to make meaningful progress, and the reality is that the payoff is in the floor. I don't think the payoff it exists for what they've put in there. So it makes more sense to invest in Zepho, and even to start R7ing the teams required for what's its nuts, the different get to missions on the
Yeah. I know
TB
what you're
map,
talking about.
and that would be a better use of your stuff to do that direction. So
Just follow my advice. Blame Finn.
I mean, yeah, that is a way.
Yeah, he says you need 30 completions each TB, which means you need 40 just to be sure you can open Zepho. Yeah, it's a lot. Jedi rolls Ranger Otani and Trout will be Padres during the off season this year. Wouldn't doubt it. Padres like to spend some money these days. But Otani's going to be, oh my God, that's a 500 million contract minimum. Link, he says, don't worry, Ranger volunteered for Relic 90th Koth, right?
I mean, yeah, in the same way he volunteered for chemical castration. It didn't happen.
Didn't want to do it. Felt that I
Uh,
owed society. So get the hell out of here, Linky, with that bullshit. Why does Linky try to always get me to do stupid shit? God damn it, Linky.
I
You know
think that's
I'm not gonna do it. I mean, like the tattoo thing. Someone said to me the other day, like, would you get a certain tattoo? How much would it cost for someone like? And I was like, $100,000. Like, if
yeah.
I'm gonna get Darth Jar Jar fighting Grogu on my back, I'm getting paid $100,000 because that's permanent. That shit ain't coming off. So if you want me to do ETH Koth, $100,000. There we go. I can play that game too. What else? 23 Karth. How many days did it take you to get the ultimate for Leia? This is gonna be a little skewed because it's
Um,
Carthaginigus.
so I was doing through the 200s every day.
Ooh,
To
oofa.
where's the Wookiee? There he is. So that was about 1,000 energy a day. So that was costing me about 1,000 crystals a day as well. And I was able to get basically one every day. I started from what I had left over with enough to do two on when I unlocked her. So it took me roughly 8 days to have Leia with her alt. But if I hadn't lost those 4 battles, I would have had it in like 5 with everything I had saved up for what we were doing. But but yeah, the short of it is that there we are. It took about 10 days to do everything. That is requiring a super high ask on the energy refreshes, but I didn't do anything besides normal energy for that entire week. So it was just
Or should you?
I don't really need the relic materials at this
No,
point because
no.
I've got Leia, so it's like that's it for investing until we get new characters. And then on top of that, on top of that, that I don't really need to push anything else right now.
Push
So
it
it's just like
real good. Do
just
do
focused
do
on that.
do
But
do
it was
do
about 10
do do
days.
do do
But
do do.
I had just over 10,000 energy saved um for the event too. So I did it, and that took me roughly 3 months of farming. And that was in addition to buying the 200 energy pack every week.
Oh my god,
And when they had that galactic upgrade kit, and that got me another 1,000.
that makes my
So
TV
I
hurt.
hit the 2,000 with the refreshes that I could, and then bought the pack, which got me to 3,000, and then spend that money every the $10 every week to buy that pack for the relic bundle. Was the
Over
last one.
9,000.
But that was the commitment required to hit it, and it paid off. I mean, it would have paid off really well if I hadn't gotten stonewalled by a bug. I would have had her with her ultimate before the next GAC lock-in, so without having to do crazy amounts of refreshes.
Desi's impressed. She says 10,000. Holy hell, Karth.
I mean, that's low.
That's very
The
low.
big accounts in the game,
Oh yeah.
they're constantly at like 26 to 30K. They love their they love their energy hoarding.
They do.
But I mean that means you're constantly spending, you're refreshing Cantina at least 4 times a day to hit your energy requirements for tickets.
All
So
right.
it's expensive.
All right. We'll do a phone call for any shoeies, questions, comments, bitches, gripes, complaints. So if you want to tag me and Karth with a question, now's the time. I went a little early. Karth can go have some breakfast, have a croissant. Coffee.
Try to finish trying to finish my raid attempts.
Oh, Karth, you silly beaver.
Oh,
I do mine the same day it comes out. I'm like, nope, let me get in here and
I
just do
should
this.
have, but it's been a hell of a week, and I just didn't get to it.
That's
And
right. You're
I was
failing.
gonna do it last night, and then
Where are we right now? Oh, we need the. Oh, Karth, you better get in there.
I'm working on it. I'm doing the alt right now
Well, Rick.
while we're Rick, yeah, while we're talking. But that's
Listen, I did my 6 million and got the hell out of there. I was like, I'm good.
oh man, Pasla, why do you have to be stunned right now?
Well, if she wasn't, then the game would be easier, Karth.
Yeah, well, the only downside is like this account has just so much bullshit hoarded,
Mm.
like just ridiculous amounts of materials laying around, but like no secret
I wouldn't
data.
know what that's like.
So it's like
Actually, I do
I
kind of.
could
I'm hoarding right
relic
now.
8 like 7 characters,
Well, I could do 3 or 4 Relic 9s right now. And we're going to have to go over
but
that here soon. Well, Leia, but
but
after that, I got to figure out the other two I'm going to do for sure.
yeah, it's like but I can't actually do
Yeah.
any of them because of I can't actually do any of them because of I don't have any single data to work with. I everything I had saved that was left when I took over the account went to Terran
Linky says, really can't
Malicos.
wait until the lowered raid times. I think that is the thing I'm most excited. Yeah, not having to do it every 3 days is going to be nice. What else? 3 says, I was pretty well stocked until I took later Relic 9 and Malicos to Relic 5. Yeah, that would happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I was yeah out. My main account is fine, but that's a different can of worms too. I'm in a different spot there. I have so much available to work with. All I do is farm single
So
data
hard
every
being
day.
Karth.
I
Uh,
mean, listen, if you would also like to try spending $1,000 a month in this game, then
if
you
I
can
could
have.
even make $1,000 a month again to spend on this game, I would. But no,
Yeah, that's just where we're at. That's where the everything goes into. So
that's why you're top of Kyber One and I'm at the lower end of Kyber One, and that's the way I like it. Desi, aside from quick and getting alts and double drop preps, what's the advantage of having such a large energy hole? Well, you can answer that, Carth.
it's the advantage is getting the GL as fast as possible. Like that. So where I'm at in the game, like when I started like I started Kyber this season of 5v5 like inside the top 20. So every opponent I had in the top 20 was unlocking her. So basically it came down to if I wanted to make sure that I was doing what's necessary to hit my goals of being competitive inside of Kyber 1, I needed to have Leia unlocked as quickly as possible, which requires me to have some energy hoarded up so that I can, because I from unlock to ultimate, I was done in 10 days. So only because of the bug, I didn't hit the ultimate before the Tuesday lock-in for GAC this week. That's the only reason I didn't have it. Otherwise, I would have. So that's the whole reason I save up energy is just to be able to unlock the GL and push it immediately. If you are not going to be unlocking a GL day one of release, then the energy doesn't matter. You don't. It doesn't. It's not going to affect you. You're just going to just walk right past it. So that's the only reason why that's the way it is.
So it's a JC arms race thing. Yes.
Yeah, which is most of how this entire game works at the top end of Kyber. It's always an arms race. Who gets the new Datacrons the fastest, who gets the rerolls in their favor, who gets I mean the first season of 3v3 when the new Datacron set drops, it's always an arms race of just who's going to have the most for what and when. And there are guys at the top who will easily drop 5,000, not 5,000, yeah, $5,000 when a
Exactly.
new
Yeah.
set drops, and will just buy out the shipment store every time. They'll refresh it multiple times. It means nothing to them the amount of crystals that they spend. They are aiming for a top end competitive advantage,
Yep.
and they will do it.
Let me see. I bought 3 of the Relic 9 crates from the web source. I think I know what you mean, Carth. Yeah.
I really wish they bring that back, that Relic 5 to R9 bundle for like the $150. That bundle was such value town. Such value town. I miss it.
If I had $150, I'd be buying weed in game, not Relic material.
Buying what in game?
Weed in game.
Weed in game. Gonna head over to Endor and see
Yeah.
what the little
Get the
furry
good,
people
yeah,
are.
get the good kush.
Yeah,
They know.
they know.
They know. I mean, they can't. I mean, they're like human flesh. They gotta have good weed. They got the munchies. I got the munchies.
Oh, they won't bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
The spike Carthric. That's the Illuminati. That's
it's
how they get
whale
them.
food. When they did the web store thing, I told them like you guys like if you want people to use their web store, put things that people want to buy and just in the web store. Like have packs that come around like they do with the GAC packs that come out the end of every season of GAC. Do the same thing once a month. Put some tasty whale food in the store. Puts I told them like, well, what would get you to come back every day? And I'm like, well, put a calendar in the store in like a calendar that you can only pull from that thing and like just have little mini chests as your everyday reward or something like that. They just need to make it more interesting to go back to every day because it's like for a lot of players, the convenience factor of having to not open up another website to go buy stuff for the game, they're not going to care. It's like why would I to save $1, why would I go through the process of opening this up on a computer? Most people don't give enough of a
Let me
care.
see. Isn't weed still illegal there, Ranger? No, and not in game. Not in game.
Hey, out of all the things you can smoke in a galaxy far, far away, I
Yeah, in
don't
game.
think weed's gonna be a
Yeah,
problem.
not gonna problem. Call it spice. Whitefly 425 says Zetas and more Zetas. I don't have that problem. Cart does. I don't.
I do right now
Yeah.
because of Malicos and Leia.
Even with Leia and Malakos, I still have tons of Zetas.
I went through 9 Zetas
Yeah, it's a
in
lot
the
of
basically the
Zetas.
span of a week.
Signal data daily in the web store. That's right.
Oh, that's 100% what I told them. I told them exactly that. I'm like, you guys got to get sealing data out the doors. You got to get like if you want everyone to be showing up to your web store, put sealing data like a 10, like 10 of one. You get it, and it's all equal chances to drop, right? You get 10 sealing data every day you log into the store, and you would have mofos showing up every day because sealing data is so hard to get to. So I would say that that would be a huge incentive for players if they went that direction.
All right.
Da-da,
Final call
da-da.
for questions and stuff. We're gonna start wrapping it up. We're gonna wrap it up. I got to go do some wet sanding and painting and buffing and yeah. Don't bother, Helly. That's not your bag, baby. We'll let Carth look. We'll live vicariously through Carthaginians.
What am I doing?
We're just living through your welling.
Oh, my whaling, yeah.
No.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what. Um, I don't know what CG is going to do as a make good for the event
You
being
got some
for Leia's.
materials coming back. That's true.
Um, well, it's hard for them, right? Because I get all the benefit. Like I overall value wise, besides just being absolutely stonewalled on that tier, the amount of shard shop currency I got broken because of the Leia bug and because of the two bugs happening at the same time. Leia fell off the accelerated shard list when GL Leia came out, so she was full price shard shop. But there's a bug right now when you're farming Galactic Legend tickets, the shard drops for bonus drops are doubled for some reason. So I got double the Leia shards. I wound up with almost 1,000 Leia shards by the end of the event. It converted like a 30K shard shop currency. I got all of the gear, the Kairos I was farming while I was pulling for GL tickets. So it's I they'll do something, but it's not going to be one of those things where like, oh, here, have 10,000 energy back. That would be just absurd. I would absolutely be way ahead if they did that.
Those would
I'm
be some
I'm
close
expecting
questions.
it'll be like 2,500, maybe 5,000 crystals. They might give you back as a make good, but I can't imagine too much happening.
As he says, Master, what is signal data? Anakin, it's heroin.
One of the most elusive things in all the game.
Oh, chasing the dragon in game, I see.
Yeah.
Clone War. Yeah, we have to have the Clone Wars Chewie shards there.
Yeah.
So
Yay!
heroin. Heroin.
I need
All
it
right,
so
final
badly.
call. This is the final call for questions and stuff. Then we're going to wrap it up. So you have a minute or two, and then we're wrapping it up. I got works to do outside in the sunshine, and got some painting, and I got some wet sanding, and some clear coating, and some waxing, and then some graphite, and I got to get done today. I gotta get that jetpack done. That's gonna be a motherfucker. But I'll have the football games on the background. Just be sitting there wet sanding and just listening to football, college football all day. That'll be great.
I mean,
It's heroin.
shouldn't be too bad.
Until that's my back and fingers.
I mean, that part, yeah, that part sucks, but that's not what we were talking about.
Yeah.
The overall on the day.
That's why in D&D for the last 2 weekends, Finn does those 5-hour power sessions. I'm like, Finn, I'm going to kill you. I've been up since the crack of dawn. We do Jedi Academy. And then I'm outside doing that stuff all day. And then I'm like, 3.5 hours. I'm like, cool. And he's like 11:30. I'm like, Finn, I'm going to die. Like, eh.
Yeah, that would be
Ranger,
rough.
will the Eagles be undefeated after Sunday? Yeah, I think so.
Dun, 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 dun,
I don't want to hear
dun,
about the
dun,
Helen. I do not want to hear bitching about the Illuminati from you, Helly.
dun.
Like one man here that's got the Illuminati that has a dial
I'm getting
in
a good
game.
laugh out of oh yeah, your dial at CG's
Oh
office.
yeah,
They
confirmed.
just, I mean, honestly, it's like they probably have it like on a big desk that everyone walks past, and then people just randomly flick it
Oh my god.
on, like it's like a time. Like, let's say it's a timer, and they just go like, all right, for the next hour, Ranger
And
gets
I'm
the
friends with those
Illuminati.
people. Crazy
Hey,
and meathead and crumb and bastards.
I'm surprised they haven't done more. I thought their charity stream was the end of September, but I'm surprised they're not doing more promotion on it, to be honest with
I
you.
have no idea. I've
I could have sworn their extra life
been a
thing
little
was
busy
gonna
with my
be.
own charity stuff. I, t-
Well,
I tell them to reach out if they need me for anything, but
yeah. Oh yeah, I did
pretty much, Desi.
I mentioned it earlier, but I did get Crumb his shirts.
Yes, that's gonna be great.
So I hope he wears when they do I bought one, and it's called Duel the Fates, but it's stills from the Battle of Old Ben and Maul on
Oh,
Tatooine.
nice.
So it's like a rematch Duel of the Fates, which
Is
is
he
and it looks
the
really good.
chosen one?
And then the other
Yes.
one I got is an Ewok themed one,
Oh God.
for the Leia event.
Well,
Because
that's
I was the raid
yes.
itself. I was thinking that would be a well themed
Do 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 do
one for
do
that.
do do
And
do
then I
do
got
do.
him a like a koozie for the with Jabba the Hutt and Crumb on it.
Oh oh oh
But I was
oh.
like, the shirt they had of the same design was so obnoxiously loud, and like I did not like the colors for it. I was like, I don't think Crumb will ever wear this one. So
Ron would
let's get.
wear it. Are you kidding me? Have you seen
Oh,
some of
I
the
know,
shirts he
I
wears,
know he
dude?
has, but
Come
it's just
on.
like for me, it just looks so bad. I'm like, I wouldn't want to force him to put it on.
Oh, he would
So
love it. It wouldn't be forced in anything. He'd be like, "Mm."
yeah. So I was like, well, we'll get the koozie of it. So that way you can have it. You can have two on screen at the same time.
There you go. They're after you too because, well, yeah, if you have any association with me, you're going to get some black shrapnel
Yeah. It's why,
from
like,
the
I think
Illuminati.
when I was doing pulls for like Saw Gerrera, I got the 230 pull on my second to last. Like I've needed 14 shards and I got 230 pull.
You're
And I'm
welcome.
like, of course you would do this right as I was
You're
done
welcome.
spending my crystals. You would give
It's
me the big pull.
Arthur. I'm not going to lie to you. Heroin.
I know, dude, it is.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. So thanks for joining us today on the Jedi Academy. If you need anything in your Patreon, jump in, become a Patreon. You can tag me or Carther, anybody, anytime. In the VIP, you get your own channels, and you can tag us for questions about modding, teams, anything. You don't have to wait for me to or Carth to be on the stream to get help. So, but you have to be a Patreon for that. You also get the benefit of Patreon for getting the lore videos earlier. Carth, are you available tomorrow for a lore video?
I believe so.
Okay, good. Because I'm about to say, damn it, Jim. Same bad time, same bad channel. For that, Carth. But yeah, you get a lot of benefits. So think about coming to Patreon. It's been linked and it's in the description of the video. That being said, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, hit the thumbs up before you leave. We're getting ready to leave. Hit the thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube's things. It supports the channel. It's the easiest thing you can do. Hit the thumb. Just do it. It's right there. Do it. Do it. Come on, do it. But with that, we'll be back tonight for D&D. We'll get a lore video out tomorrow. And then we'll be back Monday for some more GAC. I'll let you guys know how my opponent did. Right now, he cleared the south, but he's dropped a lot of battles on my front wall. So we'll see what's going. He's still got some teams like Seer and Night Sisters and some other stuff he's going to have to deal with. So we'll see if he
Yeah.
wins. Congratulations. If he doesn't, hey, I'll take the
My
crystals.
my main account is like he put JML with the Alacron, Riva, and Treya in the back wall, and I can probably deal with it. But he also has triple meta fleet defense, which I'm probably gonna get stonewalled against. I don't have anything to deal with all three of them per
Yeah.
se because I put Profundity and Leviathan on defense myself.
Yeah. I think everyone's
So
same problem.
it's gonna get wet and wild for sure. But he did too. I put Leia on defense because I'm like, I'm gonna make you deal with her for right now because he doesn't have her. And they did the Leia fight, one shot her, guarantee they used JMK, and then tried Ray and failed, and then they haven't come back. It's been sitting at
Don't.
74 banners for so I'm like, listen, I got nowhere else to be today, so I'm just gonna sit here and watch. Because if I don't have to think about the rest of how this fight goes, I'm done. I don't want to think about this GSE anymore.
It's
Ugh,
heroin.
it is.
All right, with that, we are out for the day. So love you guys. Ray Rock comes in right as we're leaving. You believe this guy? You believe this guy?
Good morning.
He says, "Good morning, Ranger Carthan Pickle Flashes. Good morning, Ray Rock. Enjoy the rest of your day. Love you, buddy." But we're out. So salute on behalf of myself and Carthan. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we will holler at you next time on the Jedi Academy. Remember, no Jedi Academy next Saturday. We'll be here back the Saturday after. So love you guys.